Greetings and happy, oh my gosh, I don't even know what day is today. Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? Let me check. Hi, let's start over. Greetings and happy Wednesday. It's me, Miss Duffy. If you notice today, I look a little bit different. I'm trying something new. I'm actually filming myself through my computer. The reason I'm doing that is because this first part is going to be just the morning message. And then the second part, well, by this point, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I've taken all day to figure out how the heck to do this. But it's now just the message of the day. Nonetheless, it's still the message from me that you're receiving today. The difference is that what's going to happen is that the first part, I'm going to do a little message. I'm going to do a read aloud. I'm going to share a book with you. The second part is going to look a little bit different because I'm actually going to try to share my screen. Yesterday when I was doing the number of the day, I thought, hey, instead of just sending an image of the number of the day, I would really love to figure out a way where I could actually be able to manipulate the template. The template just means the forms, the boxes as we go. In other words, I'm actually going to be able to share my screen with you. You're going to be able to see what I'm doing today, and that way we can work through the number of the day. But before we get to the number of the day, the first thing, I'm going to adjust myself here because I'm looking a little kind of strange. The first thing that I want to start with is actually just the read aloud. I just want to read a book I just want to share a little book. I'm sure many of you guys have seen this book. It's actually going to talk about something I'm super fond of. Kind of doesn't, so I have butterflies here and I have dragonflies here. I thought I had an insect one, but that's okay. So here's the point. My point is that while I've been home, while you've been home, I'm hoping you've stayed home, of course, I've been taking lots of walks. And so when you slow down, you start to notice that there's a lot of movement. There's still activity. There's still life all around you. And I've noticed that a lot of these things are insects. So I thought that today would be kind of cute just to read a little book to you guys and whoever else is listening, grandmas, grandpas, moms and dads, cats and gerbils. Trying to think what else we have. Dogs. Anybody else have anything very unique at home? Any animals unique that we could read to? But anyhow, so here's the point. It's a good thing there are insects, and believe it or not, believe it or not, as creepy as insects may be, it's actually a really good thing. They do have a purpose. Everything kind of serves a function. We learned about it at the San Marcos when we went to the glass bottom boats. And our other field trip to the Discovery Hill, we learned about the food chain or a food web, right? You know, one thing connects here, one thing connects here, and then as long as everything's going strong and supporting each other, that's what makes up the food web. So let's go ahead and start. So it's a good thing there are insects. Sometimes we call them bugs, but their real name is insects. So far, no pictures, so just text to see. All insects have 6 legs, like a grasshopper. Most insects, like flies, have wings. Some insects live in trees, like cicadas. So cicadas are it's a locust. It's what that, actually no, back up. Cicada is that sound that you hear at night. Is that zzz, zzz, very, actually we don't hear it right now because it's still kind of cooler. You're going to hear it when the temperatures warm up, especially during the summer. It's what you see. Sometimes you can find the shells when they shed. They'll leave the shell. Anyhow, I'm rambling. Some insects live in trees, like cicadas, and some live in water, like water beetles. Not a fan of water beetles, guys. Actually, kind of not a fan of most insects. I do respect them, and I think we should have a responsibility protecting them, but I like them when they're on the outside, not on the inside. Some insects, including most ants, make their home in the ground. They have their own little town where each ant does its own kind of work. A caterpillar forms a shell called a chrysalis around itself. In the chrysalis, the caterpillar changes into a butterfly. So it's kind of a stage in their life when they're going through a change, right? You know, you could kind of think that we are going through a chrysalis right now, where we're all kind of hibernating in our cocoon, safe and sound. That's a good way to think about it. We're safe. We're going through, and when we come out, we're going to be beautiful butterflies. This home for bees is called a hive. We knew that. Some insects are harmful to people. We also knew that. I think you guys know that if a bee stings me, I'm allergic. Mosquitoes can bite you, and wasps can sting you. Locusts can eat a farmer's crops. Okay, so you know earlier I was getting confused with cicadas and I said that they're locusts. This is the reason why. Big difference. This is a cicada. Cicada. I think it's a cicada. I need to go back to school so I can remember how to use my brain. All right, so here's the difference. This is a cicada, right? And it looks like a little, kind of looks like a cute little creature. Here is a locust. Obviously, Carrie Ann, get it together. Big difference. A locust looks like a grasshopper, right? Except for the locusts are bad guys. They eat lots of crops, the farmers' crops. So they eat what the farmers are growing. Okay. Look at that. You think I read this book before? Locusts can eat a farmer's crops. Good. Fist bump. Good job. Okay. Not good job eating. Good job because I remembered the book. But insects are helpful to us in many ways. They are. This is my favorite. We get silk from the cocoon of a silkworm. We get honey from bees. As bees fly from flower to flower, they carry pollen to help the flowers grow. So that's part of pollination. That's why it's very important for being a pollinator. Some insects are pretty, like this monarch butterfly. Hey, I got something to show you. Stay right there. I was like, you're going anywhere. Pause. So one of my favorite things is, this is, guys, let me back up. Can we see this? No, we can't see it. Go closer. This is just from the classroom. I was able to bring it home. Is there still a glare on it? Oh my goodness. There we go. There they are. But yeah, so there's the butterflies. Hey, I kind of want to point out where those butterflies came from. I got that from Goodwill, but I looked up the place on the back, and it's actually a butterfly farm. And what it says is that they keep the butterflies and they don't kill them, but when the butterflies pass away, when they die, they take the butterflies and then they frame them and they press them. And so a lot of them are sold like that for either decoration or it said even for science. So that's pretty cool, like having it in school like we did. Anyhow, back to the point, Miss Duffy, you're chit-chatting. Some insects are pretty, like this monarch butterfly. Insects serve as food too. Told you. Many animals and birds and fish and reptiles live by eating insects, and we knew that, right? Okay, they serve a purpose. But they leave the walking stick alone. They think it's a twig. Super smart because that's camouflage. Some insects glow in the dark like a firefly or a lightning bug. Can't wait, lightning bugs are coming. It's just a matter of changing seasons. Hey, by the way, guys, when you watch this video, if you can please give me some feedback as to the way it looks on your end. I was able to do a test video on my side, but it still looks different, and I just want to see how it looks on your end as far as the differences go. So let's keep going. Some insects make sounds like a cricket. So the next time you see a beetle or a ladybug, remember, it's a good thing there are insects. And then at the very end, you guys know from these little rookie readers that it has kind of a, I guess you could say like a glossary or an index, not an index, but it's more of just all the images of what you should know. But I'm not going to go ahead and read this because here's my point. The next time you're out and about and you're walking around, look for insects, look for dragonflies, look for butterflies. Just stop and notice the things that are around you. I think this is the perfect time just to kind of slow down and be adventurous, you know. I know you might be scared of the creepy crawlies, but that's okay. Do the best you can to be brave. All right, so here's the new part of our video is where I'm going to actually start sharing my screen, which means you're not going to see me. You're actually going to be watching me. You're going to be following me. You're going to be following along as I work on a number of the day. So as I start to share my screen, it would probably be a really good time to go ahead and grab your journal, piece of paper, whatever you've been working on. This is the time to make sure you can take notes. Remember, even though I'm chit-chatting away over here and I may be going through the video, you can slow down and pause. That means you can stop at any point that you need to in order to either rewind, go do what you got to do, go ask a question, listen to the directions again, whatever you need to do. This is, remember, I'm here to help you. So you're in control. You get to be the boss of your brain and hit that pause button. All right, so all right, guys, so at this time, here we go. So be super flexible because I've never done this other than the test videos that I did. So here we go. We're going to share my screen, and we are going to go into share mode. Ta-da! I hope this is possible. I hope you're seeing just the number of the day and obviously my video, my face coming in the screen. Okay, so we are going to start with the number of the day, and what I've done is on each of these boxes, I am now able to, oh no, this is not the one I needed to share. Okay, let's try this. Let's stop the share. Let's try sharing again, and let's go into the correct one. Here we go. I can do this, Carrie Ann. You totally got this. This is the one you want to see. Okay, all right. Okay, now. There we are. Okay, much better. Now you can see here that there is a number already in here. So yes, the number of the day is the number of the day today is 982. Okay, so go ahead and write 982. All right. So remember, the next thing that we're going to do, since we're doing number of the day, the only digit that's important to us is the number or the digit that's in the ones place. So we're only going to worry about the 2, right? So the ones place is here. Okay, so if we're looking at the number, this is the ones place, and that's the place that tells us if the number is even or odd. So since if I had 2 cookies and I was able to share one with you and one with me, I keep one and give you one. That means we each have an equal amount. That's going to be even. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this fancy old pew, pew, pew. There we go. That's the first part. Our number is even. Okay, so next we have standard form. Remember, guys, that each part, each section, each little box also has this hint right here that's highlighted in yellow. So the standard form just means we're writing the number using numbers. Not a big deal. All we're going to do is do the exact same thing here. 982. I'm going to write the number I'm going to write the number using numbers. 9. Let's try it. 9. Oh my goodness gracious. I thought this was going to work. 982. Just kidding. Why is it not working? Okay, well, it works there. We're being super flexible. Here we go. This is why it doesn't work. 982. You have to have the number locks turned on, Carrie Ann. Okay. Standard form is 982. The word form just means we're going to spell the number using words, which means we're just going to write the words. We're going to write the number with words. Not a big deal. So we have 982. Yes, I know I'm going quickly. Don't worry. You can catch up in just a minute. I'm doing a video. You're using a pencil or a pen or a crayon or a marker at this point. Doesn't make a difference as long as you're writing it down. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to take this information. We have 982, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it into the place value. Remember? Okay, so what is each place value? So looking at the numbers, we do the ones, the tens, the hundreds, and the thousands. The ones, the tens, the hundreds, and the thousands. We always go right to left. It's backwards like reading. Backwards from reading. So how many ones do we have? We have 2 ones. How many tens do we have? We're looking at the next place here, right? That's 8. How many hundreds do we have? We're looking at the next place here. We have 9. And believe it or not, you're right. This number has no thousands, so we're just going to leave that place blank. You don't need to put a 0, just leave it empty. That means the same thing. All right, so I'm going to come down here to the model. If you can hear my dogs growling and beating each other up, I'm very sorry. Alex is jumping up right now to referee. Okay, let's keep going. Thank you, Alex. Okay. We're going to go down to the model it section. And so the model it section means that we're just taking a picture. Remember, we're modeling something. This is the time we get to show what we want. We want them to know. So drawing a picture, we want these people to know. If you were showing it to me, how would we make this using place 10 blocks? Well, let's look. How many hundreds do we have? We have 9. So I'm going to come on over here. So we have, that's 100, 2, oh goodness. That's 100. Oopsie daisy. This worked earlier. Oopsie. There we go. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Okay. Let me make sure I got them all here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that's 900. Okay. Now same thing for tens. How many tens are we going to need? All right. This is our tens here. We're looking at here. Okay, we're gonna need 8. All right, so let's go on my tens rod here, copy it. Let's do 1, so it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80. And then this little baby is our cubes, which represents just 1. And so we're going back to this number here, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, we have 2 ones. So let's do 1 and 2. I gotta be honest, guys, I'm pretty stinking impressed with myself for figuring all this out, and it only took me like 10 hours, so it's pretty good. No, not really, but it was pretty frustrating. All right, okay, let's go back to one more. Our number is 982, and the ones place is this right here. One more just means we're going up one number. We're increasing the value by 1. So from 982, if we just go up by 1, we now have 983. Same thing, same concept. We're still thinking, but now we're going 1 less. If our number is 982 and now we're going down 1, okay? 982, 1 less. That means we're decreasing. Now we're at 981. If we have 10 more, okay, our 10 spot is here. This is our 10th place. 10 more than 982, we would be going up. 992, that means we're just increasing. 10 less, same thing. 10's place is here. We're just going to be going down by 110. So 972, I feel like I'm yelling at this screen. I'm very passionate about the number of the day. I can see that Alex is laughing at me. Hi. 100 more, so we have 982. Now, here's the trick. When you go 100 more from 982, you are actually now going into the thousands. So all we're going to do is just 982 up 100. We now go into 1082. 100 less. Oh, what are you doing, Mr. One? Oh my gosh. Guys, this is just, we're staying flexible. We're staying super flexible because this is still work in progress, right? Okay, 100 less, we're gonna go down, so we're gonna do 882. Not bad, can't complain, looking pretty good. Okay, now let's go up here. What happened here? Oh, nonsense. Okay, what was that? 100 less is 882. Okay. Okay, all right, so now we're just gonna go from taking our place value, we're just going to put it into the expanded form. Remember that expanded form means that we're taking the number and we're exploding it, we're expanding it, we're showing the whole value, we're showing the whole entire amount, right? Remember that's the value. So how many thousands are there? There aren't any thousands. We don't need to put a 0, you don't need to put anything there because nothing still represents 0. How many hundreds are there? Well, let's look. If I have 9 100s, how much do you have? You have 900. And if you have 4 10s, right? If you have 4 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40, how much do you have? 40. Same thing with ones. Right here it says that we have, oh, why did I put 40? Oh, I just followed my example. I don't have 4 10s, I have 8 10s. Let's take 40 out. Let's put 80 in. And then how many ones do I have? There's 2 here. Guys, don't follow my lead. I got super confused with this example right here. So don't put that. You're actually following this number up here. But nonetheless, here's the new number of the day. So let me know your thoughts. I think it's going to be better. I think it's more improved. Other than that, Look for today's challenge coming over through our mind. Look for the numbers of the day coming through our mind. Please let me know if you have any questions. Please ask moms, dad, grandmas, or grandpas, or cousins to message me. Other than that, until you get my next video, I look forward to seeing what you guys are doing at home. Bye, my second grade family. Sure do miss you and love you.